I love areas of grasses. I love areas that you do see the snow. I'm not exactly sure where we are. We are definitely in the country, I can tell you that. We're gonna check out a beautiful project by Phillip over here that I'm about to see for the first time. Hey, Pooch, how you doing? You called me a mate? I thought you were from Canada. Oh, Jason, nice to meet you.
I'm Shane.
Hey Shane, I love it. Look at that thing. Awesome. And Phillip, we've got this project you said that you built 15 months ago, huh?
15 months ago, Greg. It's looking pretty spectacular.
We wanted something that looked natural, and we looked at like a traditional pool at first, and then we started talking to Phil about the options of having a natural pond, and that was it.
But it's something that you had thought about for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the space down here, and I thought, yeah, actually, let's make use of that area.
What's the dog's name?
Frankie.
Hey, Frankie. Wow, look at this. Wow.
Everything's native.
I love that big tree over there. So peaceful. What did this look like when you got here?
This was a bare paddock. It was just grass.
I mean, we got literally cattle right over, so that's what it looked like.
That's
right?
what it looked
Yeah,
like.
that's a paddock with cattle.
We're at 2.2 meters and real focus on using local hexagonal pillar stones structurally, internally.
I can see some big slabs in there.
Big natural stones to give it really good structure because we get a lot of water through this area. So I wanted to use big stone down low just to lock it all in, really.
So we got a skimmer over here. Is that the intake bay right there?
That's the intake bay over there, roughly 4 meters by 4 meters. As we were building this pond, the foxes were having a feast on eels in the middle of the night because the eels were making their way to the pond.
Eels?
In the middle of the night from the local creek system, and the foxes were feasting on eels all night long.
How big were the eels?
A good metre long.
What? In this pond?
Yeah, their way across the land to the pond as we were building.
Oh my goodness. Are there any eels in there now?
No, there's not any eels in there now.
I have never heard of that before. Only down under do you hear eels crawling and slithering across and then fox eating them.
They were travelling about 500 metres across the paddocks to get to the pond.
Oh my goodness. Now this is interesting. You got a lot of potted plants in the wetland. Why did they decide to go with the potted plants?
I just like some little potted plants. There's some exotics in here, papyrus and things like that.
Oh, wow.
So just to contain those, you use pots.
So how has it been owning an Aquascape ecosystem pond in terms of the amount of work and labor it takes?
It's a learning curve, but I love it. I think you saw like the wetland there.
Yes, with all the potted plants.
That's actually the thing I love the most. Just going in and picking the plants and then repotting. I actually didn't think I'd ever love like aqua gardening, but I actually do.
It's therapeutic.
It is.
Well, you say you work from home and you said that's one of your favorite seats right over there, huh?
Yeah, so I sit there, go up, do some gardening, go for a swim. It's pretty good pond life.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go swimming in that pond. All right, buddy, we're going to be going swimming here. Step on right on down, and you are in an Aquascape ecosystem water feature out here in Australia. Not a bad deal. And look who's following me in. Yeah, you want to go swimming with me, buddy? Yeah, come on, let's go. Doesn't know what to make of me. That is living the Aquascape lifestyle personified.
And
This was actually his first project, actually, Aquascape project. We specified this as Patrick from Aquascape Australia. I do a lot of the specifying for projects, especially with newer contractors who are coming on board and just want to get it right the first time. This is probably about a 30% wetland. This particular wetland is a little bit deeper, so there still is that 3 layers of different stone going down through there. But then there's deeper water in here. I actually like this because it gives a bit more space and a bit more option to actually plant in it, and it becomes another pond. You still get the same filtering process coming up through those layers of stone. You've got some deeper water to play with. And so rather than shallow water, which sometimes you get a bit of algae growth in it, this deeper water allows you to create another pond area, especially for planting and being able to broaden your options when it comes to vegetation. Again, as we know, that these filters actually work mostly with bacteria, and plantings sort of give around about 20 to 30% part of the filtration, and the rest is bacteria, microorganisms, nematodes and things that are given that space to inhabit the layers of stone down there. Anyway, looking beautiful, and the water quality on this pond is really good, I'd say, because of the size of this wetland. It's always good to go a little bit bigger with wetlands. We start at 15%, and then it's like, well, what kind of water quality do we want to achieve here? And I really like working in the 20-25 minimum range for our projects. Shane, you had a big part to do on this. Was this the first Aquascape project?
Yeah, this is the first one I've done. Learned a lot since then.
Learned a lot? Yeah. What's your favourite part about this project here that you had?
I think the favourite part was building a creek and a waterfall and the seat under the waterfall. Get excited about building a seat and even just thinking of like somewhere you could put a beer or a drink. Or
that's a big part of actually building a pond, is their social interaction.
Yeah. So making couple seats, different spots where you could put in there, and then once the client interacts with it, then they're like, oh, I found this little spot over here, you could nestle in on the rock. So I think that was probably good fun. And when Jason first started adding fish and stuff like that too, I got involved in helping get the rainbows and that, and I love that. I've always had fish tanks and always ran around creeks when I was young. So
isn't it funny, isn't it? We all head off in the same direction. Start off in the same spot sometimes.
So peaceful. So that is a kookaburra bird, and if you have never heard a kookaburra,
yeah, there you go.
And the neighbor's dog came over to play with Frankie. And Agnes, you actually showed up too.
I did too.
Yeah. So you were saying how this all came about. You had thought about a swimming pool, but...
Yeah, that's right. We actually got Phil out here, and we were talking about putting a swimming pool up near the house, probably a little bit more of a traditional swimming pool, still with a bit of natural quality. And then Phil told us that they are working through swim ponds, recreational swim ponds. So that's how it all came about, and never looked back. We could never imagine having anything else.
It is truly amazing. And that's what the dogs do at the end of playing frisbees. Come back and chill out in the water feature. People all the time think, what will dogs be like with water features? That is what dogs will be like with water features. They absolutely love to play in them. How you landscape a project makes all the difference. I mean, the goal is to not know where the land ends and the water begins. And so plants that will kind of cover rocks and kind of grow inside the pond, all of your grasses that you could do, all of these plants have been planted in the last year. They're going to continue to grow and naturalize up the edges. What you don't want to have is the same uniform rocks all the way around the edges. I love the beach area. I love areas of grasses. I love areas that you do see the stone. Growing plants that will grow over the edges of the rock will soften up the borders and make a water feature look that much more natural.